starting a video series on mechanics you might not actually know about, whether you're a new player or you have thousands of hours in the game like myself. There's a few interesting things you might pick up, and you might even be able to use them some funny lane, or you might even be able to outplay your opponent with some of these mechanics. So this first mechanic I'm going to show you is a nightmare altogether. I played it in lane one time against it, and it's Brain Sap from Bane and Astra Fiora both do damage reduction. So you essentially have no damage. Well, you have about 5-6 damage on level 1, but the thing is then once they get level 3 and they get 2 points into both of these skills, you have negative damage. So you're not actually doing damage, and you can see Underlord is healing up from his passive health regeneration. Now, the thing is, if you are in lane, you need to try and last hit with your abilities. You can see here that Bash will actually go through and deal damage on Underlord, but the attack damage won't. So this next one is about Blood Rage and Phoenix's Egg. You'll see that how much damage it does to Pudge first without Blood Rage, and then I'm going to show you with Blood Rage. So what happens is that Pudge, the attacks, still the count has the same, so there's no downside to doing this, and the egg does extra damage as well to Pudge from the Blood Rage. Pretty handy and can help you get those kills early on in the game. Now, moving on to Kunka's X mark the spot. So you can actually cancel X mark the spot with Cyclone, or the Cyclone from Yule's or Tornado, but it has to hit at the end of the X marks the spot when he's being called back. Now, this is somewhat easy to execute with Invoker later in the game because the Cyclone time is quite high. Whereas next I'm going to show you with Pudge, and his hook has to be timed very precisely on how you do this. So you can see the first time I mess it up, but I'm going to do it a second time and I get it correct this time. And you can see the Conker gets pulled back into the position in front of Pudge. Now you'll see this time of where I go out of sight of Pudge, and this is what it looks like from Kunka's perspective if he got hooked somewhere. So he actually gets pulled right in front of Pudge. Pretty cool way of countering play it. Brewmaster can heal during his brew split, so he's starting off here with about 400 health and he's affected by tranquil boots. So I've sped this up just to show you what it looks like. So when he comes back, he'll have more health. Now he has 700. So it's pretty useful with certain things like that, but it also works on stuff like heart, and this is why heart can occasionally be a pretty good item. So he has like about 20 or 30% health, and he'll come back with full health. But another cool thing to show you in between is that the Cyclone it lasts 20 seconds on creep. It's from the Blue Spirit or the Wind Spirit. It could be really useful against Helmet of Dominator creeps or against Enchantress or Chain to completely disable that unit for the entire fight. I've seen this one in a game one time. If someone's affected by Blood Rage and they die to the Nether Ward, the Nether Ward actually life steals off of it. So pretty small thing, would rarely ever happen, but pretty cool as a whole. Now the next one is Monkey King, and I think this is somewhat of a thing that a lot of people don't know, is that you can purge Jinju Mastery buff on Monkey King. So with Diffusal Blade and any other purges. So I think you can also do it with Oracle's first skill. It can be a useful thing to know when you're playing Oracle that you can debuff this from Monkey King. So now I'm going to start talking about Juggernaut and his spin and how his auto attacks are affected by it. So first I'm going to show you with the spin and Juggernaut attacking Pudge, which is magic immune. So he takes no damage at all during the duration of the spin because he's only supposed to take magical damage, and the attacks still are going off, but they don't do damage. So again, the second time he takes damage from the spin, but nothing from auto attacks during that time. Now the thing is, with during the spin, attack modifiers still affect the enemy. So I'm going to show you with Orb of Venom how this affects Pudge. So you see that the spin and during the auto attacks, Orb of Venom keeps getting refreshed during each attack. So this is something that is pretty useful to know about and might be able to get you a kill early on in the game. Maybe in the future Orb of Venom might get buffed, or that if you have adequate movement speed, it might help you get the kill. This also works with other items such as Basher and Desolator, for example. Any attack modifier works in the same method as well. You can see that you're getting bashed the first time. However, the thing is with crit and chrysalis, there's or daedalus or whatever other type of crit there is, it does not affect, even though the actual crit symbol will come up saying that, oh, you got like 600 damage crit, like, or whatever it says, it still won't affect that hero during the spin. You're not doing any damage with your auto attack. Now, again, this works with the Fusel Blade also, and it burns the mana as well. Now we're going to look at Magic Wand and how it gives you charges. This is the same for Magic Stick. So you do not get charges if you're not visible to the enemy, even if you're in the AoE of it. So Pudge starts off with 0 charges. I use a few spells around the corner, and Juggernaut, he comes back and he has no 1 charges. So you can use this to your advantage. You can find if the enemy has a ward in a position, use a spell and see if they get charges or not. And it can be quite useful. And to notice as well is that if you're using a spell and you're trying to harass in lane, if you can use it from the position of Fog of War, it can be useful if you're playing, say, Skyrat or something like that. Again, you don't want to show off your position. They won't get 1 charges from this. And now to finish all this off, I'm going to show you this last kind of funny one. Won't really ever be used, but you can give a shared tango to the courier and it can use it on a tree. It only works with shared tangos, and it actually benefits from the healing, and it also benefits from the healing of Ring of Regen and Ring of Health. So tell me what you think about this video. Do you want to see more of it? If you have any like mechanics that you think that should be added, tell me down in the comments. It'd be really good. I'll try and add them into future videos in this